Hello and welcome to the Philippines. It is early Saturday morning and it's time for the Fluvial Parade that happens virtually every year. At least we don't have rain this morning. Very early this morning, got a couple planes flying over here. Fluvial Parade is a parade of boats and ships that they will start up by Mandaue City, Mactan Island, and they will come down. And this is the third bridge going across, the newest bridge going across, and they will come down here. And this is actually a little bit of the video as they're going under the bridge and coming back around. Anyway, I'm going to start the video back as far as I can see from my balcony, and just let you, for those of you who want to watch and see what it's all about, I think there were about 79 officially registered for this, and then quite a few unregistered that kind of partook or got in the mix, I think. Not positive about that. So Sinulog culminates on the third Sunday of every January, and there have been a number of things, solemn processions. There's a parade tomorrow, Sunday, out at SRP, South Road Properties. Lots of different events going on, various places at Fuenteos Minya Circle in the uptown Cebu City area, as well as Plaza Independencia down in the downtown area. And then some of the malls have things going on as well. It is a little bit of a hazy day, so not the best day for viewing this, but at least it's not raining like it has been doing almost every day for so many weeks. So we're back to the start of the procession. I've got a Canon SX70 Super Zoom, so I can reach out and get some really good video and pictures way out there. Now, I'm hand holding this for a bit. A little later I'm going to put it on a tripod, so it's a little bit more steady. But this is kind of I'm in the uptown area of Cebu City, and over 20 stories high. And I'm filming this handheld, and like I said, I'll put it on a tripod a little bit later and be a little bit more steady. But this is kind of the first group, and I'm looking off towards Robinson's Galleria Mall and the Robinson's Galleria condominiums. And those boats are between Mactan Island and Cebu Island. Like I said, they started up on the north end. I think up on the northern part of Mactan Island. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe up by the Cebu Yacht Club over on Mactan Island, and across from Mandaue City, and then congregated there, and then started working their way on down here. And this is a religious event. Sinulog Festival is a religious festival. And many years ago, I think back in the 1980s, I believe, if I remember what I read, the government thought, gee, we should get involved in this and start promoting it as a tourist attraction. And it has become a well-known attraction worldwide. And we haven't had the last couple of years because of the government declared pandemic. I didn't say science declared, I said government declared. And there finally is a lot of debate starting to happen about the lockdowns, whether they were necessary, worth it, the damages that they did. Anyway, back to the Fluvial Parade. Quite a sight. A few years ago, I went down by the sea itself, underneath one of the bridges. I think the first older bridge going over to Mactan Island, and quite a crowd down there. We could see kind of what was going on, but I thought trying to get a good vantage point can be a little bit tricky because lots of people trying to get there. So I thought, man, you know what? We're quite a ways in the air. We might be able to get a lot better view. There goes a couple of planes. A lot better view just from here. Now, I wish it was a clear, less hazy day. Would have made for a better video, but it is what it is. And most of these boats have lots of people, everything from ferries to bancas to pump boats, speed boats, and everything in between. And they are loaded with people. Now, I'm not sure how you get invited to be on one of those boats, but that would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? I think the plan was to start around 6 a.m. Now, a few years ago, a real estate agent said that if I wanted, they had an extra ticket for bleachers. And I think it was up in Mandawi someplace. And I had an opportunity to go. I did not end up going. She said, "You've got to be up here by 4 a.m. to make sure you get a proper seat, because there'll be a big crowd trying to get into the area." Anyway, I guess it has been decided that the parade on Sunday is going to go take place at SRP, South Road Properties, and not in Cebu City proper, where it has always taken place before, and in the Cebu City Sports Arena was where the final judging often took place. Later on, when the boats go underneath the third bridge, CCLEX bridge, and they start turning around and going back into traffic, directly back into this traffic. So you've got two-way traffic all intermingling. I'd be interested to know if there were any accidents out there, because there weren't lanes, and it'll be interesting to hear if there were ever any incidents like that. Anyway, back to the topic here. And my understanding is that Mayor or Governor Garcia and many of the mayors, about 10 mayors from various towns and such, are pulling their people, their parade groups, out of that contest. And the issue apparently is, I don't know if the project down there got started too late, or if it was delayed by the rain, which I certainly suspect it was. But there apparently are some issues with muddy grounds, and they're trying to asphalt a lot of it. The bleacher section down there, I believe I've read it will hold 6,000 people, whereas the stadium up here, Cebu City Sports Complex, will hold about 20,000, I believe. There was concern that there weren't enough CRs, bathroom facilities down there. There were concerns that if it rains, which is a very good likelihood, that there's not enough places for people to take cover. So a number of different issues. And then I listened to Governor Garcia do a press conference yesterday with a lot of questions and answers. And most of it was in Visaya, so I didn't understand a lot of it. I'm learning the language, learning the words, but Filipinos talk so fast I don't really. Very rare that I understand the words that they're saying. And I think there was another issue with some of the mayors that they weren't notified until a relatively late date, and didn't have input into the planning, that sort of thing. So I'm not absolutely sure of all the details, but what's going to happen, the contingents, the parade groups that were going to be part of this at SRP have decided. There has been, I think, for a number of years, a Sinulog up north of Cebu City in Carmentown as well. The second Sunday, the next Sunday after, so the fourth Sunday of January, basically. And those groups are going to go and get involved in that as well. So that's where they will be performing. Just a reminder for those of you who don't know, I've got over 1,000 videos I've been making here in the Philippines since 2015. And many on real estate, condominiums, what do they rent for, what do they sell for, what do you get, various cost of living discussions, travel videos, reviews of some resorts, hotels, various things like that. And I will continue to put up videos. I'm not a real estate agent, not a broker, not involved, not making any money. Make a few pesos each month from YouTube, and that's about it. Put this up kind of like a hobby, I guess. I've done taxes in the Philippines and the USA, and I'm way below the threshold where I would have to start paying taxes on that. In fact, actually, I keep track of my expenses. Actually, lose money every year by the time you count in all the cost if you go someplace to take a video, and the cost of cameras and various software, different things that I use. But it is a bit of a hobby, and what would I be doing if I wasn't doing this? Gosh, I could make a long list. But anyway, I enjoy putting out useful information. Anyway, I'm going to get off the narration kick here, and if for those of you who want to watch the ships go by, enjoy. Pit Senor. Hope you all have a great New Year, and we'll be putting additional videos up about the Sinulog here shortly. As I hope to get down, there's a solemn procession that may have, I don't know, 500,000 or 1,000,000 people involved in it. That'll be coming near my area here in several hours. The parade out at SRP, I may end up walking out there tomorrow. Couple-hour walk probably, but a good walk, and lots of areas to video on the way as well. We'll see how the weather holds up. There are also nightly events at Puenteos Minas Circle Plaza area, and Plaza Independencia in the downtown area. So anyway, things to do, definitely. So anyway, catch you a little bit later here. Now I've just switched the view of the camera. This is right under the newest bridge. It goes over from SRP, South Road Properties, over to Cordova, Mactan. And they're just passing underneath that bridge at the present time. So I've changed the view. It is a much narrower area, so I've zoomed in a little bit there. And what has occurred, what will occur, because I've seen the end of the video already, is you can see the boat start turning around, and after they go under that bridge, many of them are turning around and going back and heading back, and so you've got a lot of boats going against each other. There are no lanes out there really. So what you will see in a bit is that didn't see any collisions. I didn't see those collisions. Hopefully none of them occurred. But would be a little bit precarious that way. There's no lane direction out there, I guess. And then you can see cars and vehicles, motorbikes on that main north-south road that goes all the way from the north of Cebu Island to the south of Cebu Island. And you see those vehicles traveling as well there. I'm guessing I'm about 4 kilometers away with my zoom camera. Now, if you watch closely, you're going to start seeing boats turn around, make a U-turn, if you will, and rather dangerous maneuver, but hey, this is the Philippines. Have you driven on the roads out here? What isn't a dangerous maneuver? See that one boat there just making a U-turn right there? I would think they would go further out into the channel after they go under the bridge. See, there's another one going crosswise. They do it out here on the roads and highways and byways as well with motorbikes and cars. Make left-hand turns from the right-hand lane. All kinds of interesting things. And you're going to start seeing more. There's a jet ski going back the other way. You're going to start seeing more. There's another boat going back the other way through traffic. Where are the traffic enforcers when we need them? Huh? Pretty sure the Coast Guard has a few boats out there. Can you imagine them chasing people down for not obeying the laws of the sea? I'm pretty sure there are some rules out there, but I don't know if they're how often they're enforced. Just like here in the highways, very seldom are the rules actually enforced. That's my observation anyway. You know, back in the USA, they've got, and many other countries, you've got city police, you've got highway patrol, and I'm not complaining or anything. There's a lot of police presence. You've got sheriffs, you've got federal officers, you've got just enormous amount of law enforcement. One thing that really surprised me here in the Philippines is you see very little of that. You see some traffic enforcers. Cebu City, for instance, hired, I think, a couple hundred more what they call traffic enforcers. Most of them are stations on the side of roads, and they'll just flag different people over and check their documents. You have registration, you have a license, that type of thing. Anyway, see a lot more people going out, turning around, going back counter to the main traffic there. Lots of jet skis, I guess you call them. You know, snowmobiles in the snow and watermobiles on the water. I haven't heard that term until I just made it up. I don't like music on my videos. I don't put music on my videos. In fact, I just got I didn't get a copyright strike, but I was walking downtown, and I think that Pit Senor, one of those Cebu Sinulog Festival songs was playing, and I made the comment, this is a song you're going to hear over and over and over again for weeks. And I got a copyright thing saying you have to share your 3 pesos with the guy who wrote this song. No problem. He can have a peso and a half, no problem. But there is a lot of copyright-free music out there, but I don't like listening to music on other people's videos. I usually turn it way down. And so if you want music to this video, you turn on your favorite tune and listen to your music. There's a Coast Guard cutter right there. If I use the proper term, you seaman, is that a cutter or something else? This is a test to see how many people are still watching at almost 23 minutes of video.